What is up, Wolfpack? Today we are covering the awesome 511 chest pack. I love this thing for multiple reasons. Number one, you've got these awesome loops out front. On the left-hand side, I've put some 511 tactical gloves. You know, I'm a big believer that if you've got the time, be able to throw these on because you're going to be punching through glass, crawling through who knows what. The ability to keep your hands protected and stay in the fight, really, really important. You're going to be sweating, you might be bloody, and so the ability to retain your firearm. If you've got the time, you've got them, but if you don't, you've got them strapped, ready to go using this awesome Night Eyes S-Beaner. On the left-hand side is the Loadout knife. This is a awesome defensive tool, and the ability to not only be able to keep this retained with one click, you can immediately pull this out. You've got a semi-tanto edge. You've got this duck handle that makes sure the knife stays in your hand. It doesn't stay stuck to somebody's ribs. And the ability to keep this right in front and keep a distance and maintain the distance needed in order to deploy the firearm. And that's really what this is about. So why would you use a chest rig over, let's say, a tack vest? So I keep this in the back seat of my car. If there was ever an active shooter situation or a situation where I needed to stay mobile, this thing is super lightweight, but it's got everything I need to make holes, plug holes, and get out of the situation and keep my family and friends protected. And so why would I use this? So let's just say there's an active shooter situation. You didn't want to sit there and put on your battle belt and put on your chest rig and just completely glove up. The ability to just grab this and immediately start running and know that you have everything you need ready to go is super critical. I'll give you a great example. The other day, this was actually back in my old home, I had some porch pirates swing by and grab some very important stuff off of my porch. And so the ability for me to just grab this and run and know that I was properly protected ensures that I was not running out in just my PJs, that I had what I needed in order to keep myself safe. Now, luckily I was able to recover those boxes, but knowing that I'm not just running out of the house or not just running into a situation without everything that I need in order to make holes and plug holes is super, super critical. Now, I don't have this thing fully kitted out. You know, there's plenty of room here. You know, if you got, if you needed to put some paperwork or some more med stuff, you've got this pocket here. You've got a dump pouch if you needed to throw your empty magazines or maybe half empty magazines. You've got this awesome, just ready to go dump pouch. You have what I consider one of the coolest features, the ability for this thing to just stay open. You can see here you've already got a lot of these elastic loop inserts so you can fill this up. As you can see here, I've kept mine pretty empty, kept mine pretty lightweight, but you could totally fill this thing up with a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, the amount of organization in this thing is fantastic. You can see here my philosophy of use. My only reason for using this is to make holes and plug holes. And so what do I have? I've got a spare 30-round magazine ready to go. So spare 30-round magazine, already ready with my defensive ammunition. And then I've got a cat tourniquet. Could I throw in more med gear? Yeah, absolutely. But you know, that's deployed elsewhere. And so I've got a full med kit in my truck. Right now, this is more than just a grab and go option. You can see here there's tons and tons of organization. And what this is really holding back is you can see here this deployable. You can literally, while this is on your chest, rip this open and you can see here I've got a Glock 19 ready to go. Now, did I just leave this by itself? No. I put a trigger guard, one that also covers the magazine well. I can tell you the amount of times that I've gone to deploy my defensive firearm when I didn't have a magazine guard and my magazine is half empty. I go to click, the first round fires, the second one does not. And so I have to do the tap rack bang drill. Now, luckily, if I'm on a range, I can do that. But, you know, in a high stress environment, would you remember to do that? I don't know. Hopefully you're training enough that you're practicing with dummy rounds with your team in order to know to do the tap rack bang drill. I'm holding a Glock 19 here. We've got suppressor height metal sights, the XX big dots. We've talked about these in the past. These things are fantastic for defensive. Are you going to be taking 100-yard shots? Probably not. These things aren't designed for long range shooting, but for a defensive, you know, within 20 yards, 100%. You could be taking, it's very combat effective. It's very effective. You've got the suppressor height. So if you needed to, you could do a one-handed re-rack and you're ready to go. And then obviously I've got the 30-round magazine as a backup to the existing, 15 rounds that we have in the Glock 19. So that's pretty much it. I mean, this is an awesome chest rig. I'm able to throw this immediately over my head and immediately run into any situation that I deem necessary in order for me to protect myself, protect my loved ones, protect my property as necessary. And so, should you have a chest rig? I don't know. I mean, there's one of the things that I've really thought about for a long time. Like, why would I need a chest rig if if I have a tactical vest or if I've got a plate carrier? That really becomes the question. And the analogy that I use is the chest rig is kind of like a Humvee, whereas a plate carrier is like a tank. Now, if you're going to be staying mobile and you want to be in a defensive position and you want to be protected and you're not going to be moving a lot, then a plate carrier is fantastic. You're going to stay in a certain situation. You're protected in all directions. But if you want to be moving, you want to go fast, maybe almost like a dirt bike, you can't go wrong with a chest rig. I mean, as you see here, I mean, this thing is super lightweight, but it's got everything that you need. You've got the knife, you've got the tourniquet, you've got extra magazine, you've got gloves, you've got identification if necessary. You've even got some awesome extra loops down here. So if you wanted to stay mobile, you wanted to stay moving, can't go wrong with a chest rig. If you want to stay a little bit more protected, I'm not going to fault you for holding a plate carrier. I just will say it takes me a lot longer to put on a plate carrier. I can't grab my plate carrier and be running and putting it on at the same time because my plates are heavy. Unfortunately, I don't have the cool ultralight plates that still protect me. Whereas this, I could be grabbing it and in a full sprint, it does not affect me. So what is your philosophy? What is the situation that you are deploying for? And for me, you can't go wrong with the chest rig. So hopefully this gives you some ideas, lets you think about whether a chest rig works for you in your situation. And if you do, I've actually been very impressed with the 511 system, particularly this one that's got the dump pouch in the front. Hope it helps. Stay safe out there.